a second. It'll come.
Are you going to ask about the nocturnal ghosts?
No.
Mm.
Well, that too. I guess I'll do that when I'm trying to think of the word. Why is it that ghosts only come out at night?
That's an interesting question. Let me just see what I pick up. They're more easily seen and heard and felt at night because everything is still and quiet. You know, you're sitting there at 10 o'clock.
Oh, hi. I'm from across the street at Papa John's, and I know there's always some discrepancies, but I'm never here. I was coming over to talk to somebody about our trucks or whatever.
We're in the middle of an interview. Can I come over
Sure.
and talk to you?
Yeah, that's
in a
fine.
little- And what's your name?
Jody. I'm not going to be there for very long, but
Okay. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can wrap this up real quick.
Yeah.
And you can like erase that part out, right?
Yeah, we're going to edit
Well, I
it
plan on
anyway.
editing.
Edit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Editing, that's what the word I wanted, okay.
Right, it's not gonna be just this on YouTube. I'm gonna edit it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Mount Vernon and I'm gonna do some speaking too and throw it in there, like my thoughts,
Right.
kind of commentating over this.
Okay, okay.
So there will be editing. I'll let you know when I get to it. I have a lot of editing to do, and then I'm not quite sure what I want to do with the videos yet.
Mhm.
But I mean, it could be a couple months. But I'll let you know
Right,
for sure.
okay. Okay, so I wanna get back to why do they only come out at night? Because things are, you know, when we're going during the day, it's like, you know, our minds are going 100 miles an hour, you know, we're busy, we're thinking, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And even like the whole mass consciousness, you know, I don't know if you probably have been awake at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And the energy, the whole world is, you know, everybody's sleeping, everybody's quiet, everything's calm. And as compared to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, even if you're at home. But, so I think it's just, things have calmed down, it's quiet, so we can slip more easily into that part of our brain or whatever.
Just like
That part of
almost
our
a
consciousness.
deeper sense of concentration.
Right, or we're relaxed, you know, we're watching TV and then, ooh, what just walked by here, you know, so.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I did just for, you know, that
Oh,
feeling
no,
you
no,
get.
I just meant like when you're at home at 10 o'clock at night and you're watching
Right.
TV and then you're like, okay.
Right.
It's because you're quiet, you're relaxed, you're, you know, and probably more receptive or more in tune. No, I didn't see anything.
No, it's
come
fine.
through here, no, that was part of my.
I was like, I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, I didn't
okay.
see anything.
I thought of the word sleep paralysis. What are your thoughts on sleep paralysis, if anything at all?
I think I experienced that one time.
From what I've read online, is the average person will experience that once to twice in their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced it twice this year.
Explain to me what sleep paralysis is.
Well, for me, I was almost asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought I'd hear something. So I would want to open my eyes and sit up and see what it was. The problem is that you cannot move at all. You can't alter your breathing, you can't flick, you can't whistle. You're like
Okay.
literally 100% frozen where you are.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And from what I've read, every time sleep paralysis happens, you always get the feeling there's someone walking up to you. And all 3 times I've had sleep paralysis, I've had the feeling that someone is walking up to me, and I'm more or less helpless. And it lasts for about probably 6 to 7
Okay.
seconds. It's just long to scare you to death.
Right, right.
And then you come out of it.
Okay, so I'll share the experience I had with you, and luckily I was going to go see a psychic that night. I think that was my first psychic reading? I had and actually, a woman I used to, who was that? Somebody I knew had committed suicide over the weekend. I think this was on a Monday. And, so I was taking a nap in the afternoon. I was going to go see the psychic in the evening, and I won't tell. I had this weird dream. Worf was in it, and it was weird. And I
Star
remember,
Trek? From Star Trek?
Yeah. So anyway, I won't go into details. It was just very strange. So anyway, so I'm waking up, and I could feel this pressure on me, this really heavy pressure. And I thought, and I was like awake, I couldn't move, I couldn't, you know, like you said, it was about 6 seconds. And the only thing I could think of was, is she trying to possess me or something?
That's about how it feels, except for it just walks to me.
And then what happened, and so then I go to see the psychic and I asked her about it. I said, and she said what had happened was, I had been astral projecting or something. Is somebody behind you again?
There was
Okay.
there was a little white thing that just went right here, and I thought it was a hair, and it stopped right here, and then I turned my head and it kept on going.
Oh, okay. So anyway, what she had said was, I was trying to get back into my body, and it's like there was I just couldn't catch up with it or something. So it was something about me trying to get back into my own body. It was like, oh, okay, so.
I've read that
Yeah.
sleep paralysis could be an out-of-body experience, just.
Right.
That happens to me, I'm just stuck.
Right.
Good thing that happens to me when I'm like face down in my pillow or something like that, suffocated or in the water or something.
Yeah, really. Okay, what else?
That's about it. Is there anything you want to say? Like, your sign out here says you have service from
Sundays
Wednesdays
and
Sundays.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not the minister here, and actually, if I'm gonna promote anybody, I wanna promote myself.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
I didn't know. I thought this was. I thought
Yeah,
you were the.
well, actually, I will say something about, okay, so my name's Loving Rose, and my website is askloving.com, and I have a location in Belleville, Illinois that I work out of, which is Radiant Center for Spiritual Living. It is a New Thought church, and our kind of unwritten philosophy is change your thinking, change your actions, change your life. Very much goes along with law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, co-creation of our reality, that kind of thing. I am here by appointment just about any day of the week, and services at the church are, we have a 10:45 meditation, a silent meditation on Sunday morning, followed by 11 o'clock service. So.
And what's the best way for someone to get a hold of you?
Askloving.com, and my phone number is 618-236-5883.
And what's the best time to get a hold of you?
Anytime between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m.
Is that a cell phone?
Yeah, it is a cell phone. So, yeah, very cool.
All right. I think that'll do it.
Great, well, thank you guys so much, I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. This has been amazing. I can't even get to explain.
Well, I feel so honored, I'm your first interview,
Yeah,
so,
you really are.
yeah.
I actually looked you up a few months ago when I was trying to. The problem is, like, if you just flat out ask someone to try and help you, like, become psychic, I think the people I talked to, I think they thought I was nuts. So, I mean, I looked up a few different people. I remember seeing your website, because Loving Rose, if I type into psychics
Right.
near me, this is the first one that pops up. And then I got a hold of that guy named Kevin, and he talked to me a little bit, and he kind of seemed what goes on way when he was telling me stuff. Like, he wasn't so much interested in what I wanted to say as what he wanted to say. Well, that's neither here nor there, but it seems like if you ask a psychic for help on trying to learn how to become psychic, they say to go buy a book.
Well, and I mean, I do teach classes in it. I have a class going right now in Cape Girardeau. We meet once a month. I mean, if there's people over in your area, I mean, even if it's just the two of you, or if you guys, want me to teach classes here, if this would work for you or whatever, I'm definitely open to doing that.
So do you teach, like, the meditation part?
Yeah, meditation to me is key if you're wanting to open up psychically. And then the other thing that's really important too is grounding, making sure, and as you get into this more, you may find there are some psychics out there that are really Looney Tunes, No, I mean, because they're not grounded and they're just like, all over the place. So to me, grounding is very important, and so I teach a grounding cord meditation that I hope will be on YouTube one of these days. Seems like every time I figure out how to use a computer, then it's like I can't find the CD to put it in it, but anyway, it'll all come together eventually. So I do, meditation is the first thing I teach, and I do teach the grounding cord meditation as part of that, and then we get into the basics, I do like kind of the basics of psychic development. What are the 5 clairs? What are the ways of receiving information? How do you receive information? and there's practice, and then I do cover like psychic protection.
What's that?
Because sometimes when you start opening up psychically, you know, you can draw stuff to you that you don't want to draw to you. And even if are you empathic? Like, do you kind of feel people's stuff or take it on?
Oh, take it on, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Feel bad for no reason because they feel bad.
Right,
Yeah.
or like, I remember when I was first opening up psychically, I was fine, I was happy, I walked into this mall, I come out 20 minutes later, and I'm feeling like the whole world, everything's hopeless, death is the only way out, you know, I'm like, where the hell did this come from? And then I sat there, oh, I was just in a mall, maybe somebody was in there feeling depressed, and I picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So learning how to shield yourself from that and not be taking it, I call it like kind of setting psychic boundaries, so that you're not taking that stuff on, you know. And sometimes you get around people that are like really intense, or they're, ooh, you know, and it's like, so you want to shield yourself, you want to do some things to maybe contain their energy so they're not like affecting you and that kind of thing. So I do get into that, and we practice stuff like, and then meeting your spirit guides, and then practicing things like what I did last. I just had a class down in Cape, and I took two different types of plants in. Everybody, so they would connect with one plant, maybe ask it some questions, connect with the other one, see what the energy was like.
A plant?
Like,
A plant?
Like
Mhm.
literal.
Like a plant?
like a real plant.
Huh.
Like one was pathos, you know, those kind of. And then what was the other? Oh, the other one was ivy, and that one was so cool because when I was picking it up, it was like a green and white ivy. I don't know if that's English ivy or what it is, but when I was picking up, it's like I got all this light from this ivy, and then when they were working with it, there was all this light just filled up the room. In fact, I got to go over to St. Louis and get some of those plants for my house. But it was like, so it was just, and then the other. What's that? Yeah, it was pathos, and it was a dark green. The leaves were dark green. It felt very grounded, very like close to the earth. And then I do similar things with crystals. We'll do that. I'll do that with them next month with crystals. I'll probably bring in, have people bring in pictures, and we'll, see what we pick up from pictures. I've done it when I was doing it at a store in St. Louis. I would go out and I would collect keys from the employees and maybe some of the customers, and I'd take them in. Okay, tell me what you pick up off these keys, So we do just a lot of different things, so.
I was gonna say something, I forgot. Well, that's life.
And if you think of anything later, feel free to give me a call or,
Yeah. You said you want to make a YouTube video on grounding?
I have a CD that I need to get uploaded to YouTube. Now that I found out that I couldn't figure out I didn't know if this thing had a CD player, the computer here at the church, and